not that I don't want you here. It's something about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear. I fall for you every time I try to resist. We can get away. Come chase beach views and then every day. All I wanna hear is an episode that we play. Sit right next to you. I try not to show how I feel about you. Think I wish away. Really wanna, I just wanna get away. Sit right next to you. I don't wanna kiss you. Yeah, I just wanna feel you.
Hey you guys, thank you so much for tuning back into this channel. My name is Miss Tamara Little and I am back again with another video. In this video we're going to be covering two things, brows and base. If you're interested in how to get a brow on a budget and a flawless base, stay tuned because we're about to get into some things. First up, let's talk brows. Now, I have talked about brows in previous videos and I stand 10 toes down on the brow pencil that I'm using. This WetnWild pencil only cost me 99 cents. When I tell you I've spent upwards of $30, $40, and $50 on brow products, I've come to find that it does not matter how much you spend on a product, it's all about your technique. There are two things to take into consideration when creating the perfect brow. One, take your time. And two, make sure your pencil is sharp. That's it. I know, right? Like, it sounds so easy, but that's really all it is. It's just that simple. You don't necessarily need to make sure that your lines are perfectly straight because that can always be cleaned up with concealer. And if you need to bounce back from one brow to the next, that's okay too. In my opinion, it's the best way to try to get your brows to look as identical as possible. When it comes to cleaning up your brows with concealer, try to use a tone that isn't too light, something that will blend easily, especially if you're going for the more natural look. It's important to use a flat brush when using concealer to clean up your brow bone. Again, take your time, get your line straight, and your arch just the way you like it. Remember, your brows shape your face, and if you're a brow before base girl like myself, then you know that your brow routine is a determining factor for the rest of your face. Now, makeup has come a long way, so we should all be on the same page when cleaning up the top of the brows. Make sure you're using the same foundation that you're using for the rest of your face. I cannot stress that enough. We've all seen that girl walking around with the halo eyebrow. Don't be that girl. If you don't have any friends that are bold enough to tell you, let me be that friend. Don't do it, girl. Don't do it.
I don't like niggas, I don't like bitches, I don't like nobody. We can get it canceled, we can keep it cordial, how you wanna go about it? I don't back trip, man, fuck that, I don't miss nobody. Like they don't see me, I ain't right back, I don't trust nobody.
Yeah, so I think I might have been a rapper in my past life. I don't know. Something about Moneybag that speaks to me. So I'm going to be moving on to the eyes. I'm really not going to go too much into the eyes because that's not what this video is about. My go-to eyeshadow palettes are none other than Juvias Place. I believe I used 2 palettes on this day and I didn't do anything too crazy. I was just going to work and I chose a couple of colors that were rather neutral and business casual office appropriate. I don't know who doesn't know about Juvias Place at this point, but just in case you've been living under a rock, girl, I will list all the information for these palettes in the description box below. Okay, so now it's time to get into this flawless base. And when I say base, I'm not talking about foundation, concealer, or setting powder. I'm talking about pre-base. How you prep your skin or your face before the foundation, concealer, and setting powder. You'll notice in this video that I purposely left out the application part because what really matters, in my opinion, is what you do right before the application of your foundation. Again, it's not always about the product that we use, but it's how we prep our skin for whatever product we choose to use. Some of you may be thinking that I'm referring to skincare. And we all know that skincare is important, right? But it's not the only thing that's important. Many of us have challenged skin, such as enlarged pores, adult acne, textured skin. And while my skin may not be as challenged, I do suffer, like a lot of women, deal with oily skin, hyperpigmentation on my chin, and enlarged pores in my cheek area. You may notice that at the beginning of the video, I applied translucent powder to my innermost portion of my face, my cheeks, my forehead, and my chin. Really, all of the areas I tend to get oily. Although I have a very intense skincare routine, I've noticed that during certain times of the year, it doesn't stop my skin from producing excess oil. The translucent powder that I like to use is by Airspun. You can get it from any drugstore. It's only $5 and it goes a very long way. To cover any dark spots, I will use a concealer with a thick consistency that is a little bit closer to my skin tone, not the traditional orange color corrector that we've been told to use over the years. What if you choose not to use a full coverage foundation? That orange color corrector is going to seep right on through your foundation and everybody's going to see it. It's best to choose a tone that's closer to your natural skin tone. Just make sure it's thick. You'll be full coverage without using too much foundation.
Hey, Mikey. I thought you was gonna go to the beach and go work out.
I'm going to. I am. Come here.
I know this may all seem like a lot, but it really isn't. This is your face. This is what you present to the world. So take your time. Figure out what products and techniques work best for you and practice it. Perfect it. They say makeup tutorials are a thing of the past, but I don't think so. Anybody could put on a face full of makeup, but very few have the ability and technique to make it look flawless. I'm going to let the rest of this video vibe out as I apply the finishing touches of my makeup for this day. I do want to take the time out to say thank you again for tuning into this channel and watching this video. If you have any techniques or products that you use that you didn't see in this video, leave them in the comment section down below. I am always down for trying new things. Let's start a conversation. Again, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. So until I see you in the next one, bye you guys.
Sir. Talking to Kenny. Just walking by, knocking shit over.
not that I don't want you here. It's something about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear. I fall for you